Okay, let's play some damn chess. You slant-eyed slut from China? Street whore. You see, man, now this really fucking pisses me off. Fucking goddamn cow shit bullshit. Bullshit, horseshit, bullshit. How many goddamn motherfuckers? Start the goddamn game of goddamn chess, you goddamn son of a goddamn bitch. Let me get my goddamn shit on, goddamn it. Suck my slut. Come on, you motherfucker. Start the goddamn game. But first, we need some entertainment. Okay.
I understand you had a hair
Suck my
transplant.
dick, bitch. This is fucking goddamn entertaining, god fucking sucking dick sucking fucking goddamn it, god fuck it.
About a year ago, I made this video here,
Let's see if I
5
can
Christian
dig up
urban
some more
legends.
opponents.
If you haven't seen it, I covered the Well to Hell, the Missing Day in Space, the Weight of the Soul, the
Or
Devil's
ask them
Holiday,
up.
and the Cassie Bernal story. And the purpose there was kind of to show what religion does to our critical thinking.
Suck my
How
slut!
Christianity can make us believe dumb and untrue and harmful
Motherfucker.
things. What's interesting about those 5 that I covered is they weren't necessarily biblical based or even trying to be. They were just what was going on in the
Suck my
cultural
dick,
Christian
bitch.
zeitgeist at the time. So today I thought it would
You
be fun
suck
to
my
look at
dick,
10
bitch.
urban
You
legends
suck
or
my
Christian
dick,
myths
bitch.
or legend or lore that are supposed to
You
be
you
biblically
you
based but
suck
are
my-
not.
you
What they really
suck
are is
my
mistranslations, wishful thinking,
You suck
stretching
my
the text
dick,
to suit
bitch.
your needs. They come from Christian sermons and church teaching and Christian history. But again, most cases there's not even
Okay,
decent
sluts, it's
biblical
time-
backing. Sometimes there's
Okay,
none, and
sluts,
sometimes
it's
it's to
time to
the
get
opposite
your dick
effect.
sucked.
And many of these are just
With
as
the
harmful as the
fire
first 5 that
like
we
mouth,
covered. Some of
burn
them
the
are
fuck
just
out of
more
your dick into
entertaining.
a
Either way,
crisp.
maybe you've heard of these, maybe you've even believed them, but they don't hold up to history or biblical
Come on,
scrutiny
sluts, start the-
or even reality. So let's get started. The first one here is that Jesus died of a broken heart. You'll usually hear
Come
this
on,
around
slut.
the Easter sermons where the
From
pastor can
China!
ensure that you know just how bad Jesus' death was so that you know what you owe this free gift of grace. And of course, whenever it suits them, they will try to bring in science, usually unsuccessfully, like in this case,
Come
where
on,
they try to
slut.
literally tell you that
You suck my
Jesus
dick,
died
bitch.
of a broken heart because of the pain he felt taking on your sin. Not the physical pain, the emotional.
Move!
And they get it from this one verse. It is John 19:34. One of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and at once blood and water came out. Then they try to tell you that this specific mix only happens one time ever in medical science. Broken heart syndrome, or what is also called stress-induced cardiomyopathy, which yes, is a real thing, and it is when the heart gets a surge of adrenaline from extreme, sometimes grief, sometimes surprise, sometimes fear, even joy. It typically only happens in older people who already have heart conditions or weaker hearts in general, and it's most typically associated with older women who lose their spouse and then die of this. It makes up 1 to 2% of all heart attack deaths. So even if we knew for sure that Jesus died of this, it would not indicate in any way that it was from the emotional pain of taking on your sin. Maybe it's the joy of getting to be done with this earthly experience. But we don't even have to go that far. We have no good reason to believe that he died of this particular syndrome. The water is pericardial or maybe even pleural fluid. So yeah, could be trauma, could be shock, could be asphyxiation, which makes a lot more sense since that's how usually crucifixion victims died. But again, it says nothing of the medical validity that it was definitely this other syndrome and that it definitely meant it was because of your
I think I
sin.
fucked
Where do we
up.
get this idea, by the way? An 1847 sermon and book by William Stroud, The Physical Cause of the Death of Christ. You know, when we're at the height of our medical understandings. So why is this harmful? Well, it romanticizes Jesus' death and contributes to the framing of it being something that is done for you that is then used in a guilt-tripping way for why you owe your allegiance to him, instead of the reality of a very brutal state-sanctioned execution after they had to find and capture this man. And this is something I'll say for all 10 of them. If you have the perfect truth, which is what Christianity claims, why lie? Why exaggerate? Why even guess? Especially in this first story, we're talking about the most amazing claim in all of history, that one man who also simultaneously happened to be fully God manifested himself within his created state to die for every single soul, that they may have perfect paradise and life everlasting after he resurrects from the dead. That's not extraordinary enough for you. You have to keep knitting little pieces on to make the story bigger and better. That's crazy. But we're going to move on to number 2 now, which is the Eye of the Needle Gate urban legend or myth. I don't know a better term for this. We're going to stick with urban legend. But the point here is that pastors since the 9th century have been using this excuse, this reframing of this verse. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of God, as an excuse for how they are okay having wealth and still planning to go to heaven. It is a softening, almost a straight reversal of Jesus' teaching on money. So they made up an excuse, literally out of thin air. There is no evidence for this, there is no context about this, but they say that the eye of the needle actually was a particular gate into the holy city. So Jesus was using an example of, it's a smaller gate. Camels sometimes had to kind of duck to get through. So you should be aware that money has the power to corrupt, but it's not in and of itself a bad thing, and you can still have it and be rich and be blessed. And look at Job and look at Solomon, as if Jesus' teachings were ever consistent with a lot of the things we see in the Old Testament. And bam, now you have justification to be Christian leadership millionaire. But that's not what Jesus taught, and this gate never existed. Again, I said it came about in the 9th century, pretty convenient time when Christians have all the power and bishops are owning all the land, and the church is one of the richest assets around. The harm here should be obvious. It's an excuse for Christians to be hypocritical, and it's promoted from a position of power when most of the people using it are asking their congregants to continue to give them more money, and why that's okay. And I'd say it's insulting to real Christian belief, but there isn't such a thing. They all believe different things for different reasons at different times, and so very little of it is biblically based. So let's move on to a lighter example here, number 3, although it has its implications as well, which is the fruit that started the whole fall of man in the garden was particularly an apple. Most of us know by now that that's not true, but it's got an interesting history. What's funny is when it was told to me that it wasn't true, it was just filled with another untrue thing. Someone at our church was speaking about it one time, and they said, it wouldn't have been an apple. Apples didn't grow in that climate. As if anybody knows what the climate of the actual garden in Eden would have been. They try to compare it to what might have grown there more naturally in that time after the fall, so they assured us it was a pomegranate. Cool story, bro. But in Genesis 3:6, the result says, when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, she took of its fruit and ate. The Hebrew word for fruit there being peri, not specific to any species. But when Jerome goes and does the Latin Vulgate, he uses the word malum or malum. But here's the problem with that word in Latin. It either means evil or apple, depending where the emphasis is. So that wordplay is just too good to pass up. So let's go with apple and have this little double meaning, and then all the European art comes in, and now you have an apple in every single painting. It even goes further than that into Adam's apple, the lump in the neck, and there's all this branding behind that. And it's kind of a silly thing to just see the evolution of this idea, and it's not particularly harmful in itself, except that it is another example of what can happen with translation issues, how far we can get away from any kind of correct source material, and the Christian's willingness to just believe whatever is presented in front of them as long as it's coming from a Christian source. But we'll move on to number 4. This is that Satan is a worship leader, that he was the choir director in heaven before he fell. The fan fiction we have around the character of Satan is really interesting and kind of fun. It's mythology, it's world building. The closest you can get are 2 verses in the Old Testament that neither have to actually do with Satan. See these videos here if you have not, by the way. But those verses are in Ezekiel and Isaiah. So the Ezekiel 28:12-14 says, "You were the signet of perfection. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering. You were a cherub." And in Isaiah 14:12 it says, "How you are fallen from heaven, O day star, son of dawn." But we know Ezekiel is about the king of Tyre. We know in Isaiah that's speaking about the king of Babylon. That hasn't stopped Christians from trying to associate that with Satan or the devil, and then stretching that to even further fan fiction where he has his own little backstory about what his job and role was. But you can thank later Christian tradition and also John Milton's Paradise Lost for giving us this very different idea about the enemy of God. And at first I was going to say, this isn't necessarily harmful. Who cares about a little bit of fan fiction? But when you consider what I covered in those two videos on how Satan was an agent for God, and where we think we see him, we typically don't, and then we do have this new evolution in the New Testament, this kind of fan fiction builds upon that idea, creating a supernatural force of evil, a cosmic dualism that Christians today are still contending with, where the spiritual warfare is everywhere, where the spiritual realm is more real than the physical realm.
Don't even think about it, slant that.
And every little bit of addition and building this up only contributes to that harm. And then you have the worship leaders that love this idea because they are taking back Satan's role, referencing this myth to dramatize their role in Christian leadership. It's just so stupid. The fifth one was that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. There's a couple verses often cited. Forget Luke 8:2, which is speaking about Mary, called Magdalene, from whom 7 demons had gone out. This gets confused often with Luke 7:37, a woman in the city who was a sinner. The Bible never identifies Mary as a sex worker. She was actually built up for one of the few instances in the Bible where we do have a good reflection of a woman. She was a patron and a supporter of Jesus. But Pope Gregory I in 591 screwed that all up. He got confused with the different women. You know, the Pope, who speaks on behalf of God, who should know the word better than anybody else, couldn't keep these few women straight and conflates them in a sermon, smearing a prominent female disciple, and a mistake that probably would not have been made with me. So again, I think the harm here is pointing to all of the Christian, patriarchal, and misogynistic problems. Who cares if he got it wrong? I mean, they were just women, just representing millennia of Christian ideas about women being lesser than. Number 6 is so stupid. It is the mark of the beast being whatever. We'll say barcode for this example. Here's the verse though. It causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead. It's Revelation 13:16. And ever since, every generation of Christians has put themselves right in the middle of this drama. The end time is coming now. Whatever advanced technology is in my era must be the way that the beast is going to do this thing. Ancient readers would have thought of Roman coins and the occult inscriptions on them. But in the 80s, it moves into barcodes or RFID chips. We saw another round of it with COVID vaccines. It's coming back up again with some of the new payment methods. In fact, look at this video.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to take my groceries with my...
Spit. Boom, she's cute. Does she have a spit effect on?
Look at the clothes they have her.
It's really
With spit smell.
With some of the new payment methods. In fact, look at this video.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm
With
about to
nice
take
to
my
spit.
groceries with my...
Suck my slut! Don't even think about it!
Look at the clothes they have her.
It's really crazy to me how many people are completely clueless to what's coming.
It's the mark of the beast. Where's the rest of the events happening that are supposed to coincide with this event? Oh, they're not there, but that doesn't matter to you because you've just cherry-picked one thing. You've associated it very loosely with advanced technology so that your Bible can be right and your God can be real. It's ridiculous and it's harmful. It's fear-mongering, it creates paranoia, and it can turn people against modern advancements. We have Pew Study research. 39% of U.S. Christians link advanced technology to the end times. So I'm not making a panic out of nothing. That's terrifying. By the way, that same percentage is about how many people or Christians in the U.S. believe in a global flood, the literal story of Noah's Ark, a young earth creationism. Like, that's not good to have so many millions and millions and millions and millions of people that are our neighbors and are voting and think they're educated on policy and 1,000 other implications. But moving on to number 7, additional harm here. It seems silly at first, but the Bible banning tattoos, coming from the verse Leviticus 19:28, "You shall not make any gashes in your flesh for the dead, or tattoo any marks upon you. I am the Lord." I always love how God adds "I am the Lord" after his really important commands. But in context, we know exactly what this is about. There were these ancient pagan traditions of how people mourned for the dead, and God wanted his people to be set apart and not participate in them. Also, even if it did just mean straight up tattoos as in personal art on one's body, which it doesn't, wouldn't it have been ruled out like all the other Levitical laws with the new covenant and for the Gentiles? It's just the cherry picking that is so upsetting. How many young people have been shamed, especially over like the last 4 or 5 decades when tattoos have been more accessible and popular, because some old preacher cherry picks a few verses out of Leviticus while at the same time going home in his mixed fabrics to cook bacon after having worked on the Sabbath. Like, come on. Yes, I realize the Sabbath then would have technically applied to Saturday, but I'm sure that preacher was working on Saturday, mowing the lawn. But here's what bugs me the most about that. For every pastor that uses a Levitical law to condemn, judge, or shame, or do worse, like the straight-up persecution that has gone on with the LGBTQ community, I have never seen one, not a single Christian, that quoted against tattoos or homosexuality live their life by the Levitical laws. If they have, great. Consistency. Messed up, but consistent. But it is so obviously an issue when you cherry pick to this degree. And on a similar topic, we'll move into number 8.
I got one word of advice
really
for you.
destroyed Sodom. The main reason God had to do it was the sin of homosexuality. They draw this out from one verse in Genesis 19:5, bring them out to us so that we may know them. This is the story of the townspeople, and not all of them, of course, coming to rape the angels, to which Lot so generously offers his virgin daughters instead. So Christians take that anecdotal story about one group of people in one event and say, that's why God destroyed Sodom. Read your Bibles. We actually know exactly why Sodom was destroyed, if you're going to believe the Bible, and we have that in Ezekiel 16:49. This was the guilt of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had pride, excess of food, and prosperous ease, but did not aid the poor and needy. Well, shit. That sounds a lot more like America is next to be destroyed based off our current administration and what's going on than it does because we have X number of homosexuals. Why don't you put that into law?
I just got myself a
whore. Two people do in the privacy of their bedroom. These verses are taken out of context to weaponize Christianity and the Bible against the homosexual communities. Next. Not nearly as harmful, but it's the concept that Jesus was born on December 25th. And again, kind of interesting backstory, though some of it is disputed. Here's what we do know, though. He wasn't born on the 25th of December. When you look at the actual biblical clues, whether it is a census that wouldn't have existed, but if it did, it would have been at this time frame, or the fact that it says there were shepherds out at night, which would not have happened in December in Judea, or at least would be unlikely. There's no good reason to associate this. Even early Eastern traditions had it at January 6th, which still would have probably been wrong. And I understand having to pick a date and say, hey, we're going to memorialize this day. But that's not the claim. The claim is that we know Jesus was born on December 25th, while leaving out that it just so happens to coincide with the pagan festivals like Sol Invictus or Saturnalia. And we even know when this switch happened. It was in the 4th century when the church decided to do this. But co-opting pagan traditions and claiming biblical authority over them is a pastime of Christian history. So we should not be surprised. And then for our final one, let's return to that fun Satan fan fiction. We talked about what it was like for him before the fall in heaven, when he's the brightest, most beautiful worship choir director and all of the angels. But now we'll talk about the urban legend about how Satan is ruler and ruling in hell. That it is this picture of him directing his demons on how to best torture people, laughing and enjoying his eternity in his own personal palace of created darkness. And you know, don't let a pesky little thing like the Bible get in your way of your fun fan fiction. All we have to do is read Revelation 20:10. The devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophets had been thrown. They were tormented day and night forever and ever. Does that sound like someone ruling in hell? But again,
yeah, but that hasn't happened yet. Satan's ruling in hell now.
This idea, and it's harmful for the same reasons that the earlier one was harmful, because it depicts something outside of God's sovereignty. Like this got away from him. Like there's nothing he can do. It pins all of these sin and suffering and torture on the devil instead of where it's rightly placed on God, removing responsibility for evil and suffering and harm from God. Christians, if you don't like your God, stop lying and creating a different enemy for yourself. Just come to terms with the fact that if you do believe in this God, you worship an evil God. There's no way around it. I thought it would be kind of fun and interesting to go through these 10 things. There's hundreds more that we can do, because the bigger problem here is this. If Christians can be so wrong for so long, in so many different ways, about these, we'll call them littler things, how could we ever trust any of their claims about the bigger things? And you can keep writing this stuff off, like, well, that's just that group of Christians, or, well, that's before they knew better, and all of these dumb excuses. Where's your Holy Spirit? Where's divine truth? Where's the presence of God? Where's the course correction from Jesus when He's here as God on earth, letting us know where we got all of those things in the Old Testament incorrectly? And where's God or the Holy Spirit intervening now for all the things we associate incorrectly from the New Testament? Where's the New Testament? Why would there have to be such a thing? What happened to the immutability of God? What happened to the power of Scripture? What happened to believing that it's divine inspired? Or even if you think it is fallible, that it's still all Scripture being useful to teach you, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. We see an error of that. We see an opposite of that. We see falsifications then of the claims of Christianity. So sweeping it under the rug as, those are kind of silly things that just evolved over time, is missing the point. That shouldn't happen with an all-perfect, all-just, all-knowing, all-powerful God. So, let me know your thoughts on this. I'll see you Tuesday for a new video. This is the third iteration of the designs that you can buy now in the store below, along there's also a cap and a mug. So for a bit here, I'm going to keep promoting this fun new way to support the channel. I'll see you Tuesday with a new video, and until then, keep thinking. I wanted to personally thank my top tiers of support: Mike Nicholas, Ann, Boris, Grant, GVI, Jimmy, Joe, Koga, Matthew, Perry, and Sean, my Humanist Heroes, Craig, James, Jared, Christy, and Matthew, my Atheist Advocates, Aquatar, Caleb, Dan, David, Drew, Jeff, Jeffrey, Julie, Malcolm, Paul, Sparky, and Thomas, as well as all of my secular scholar patrons. If you believe in the mission of this channel, please consider joining these fine people.
You suck my dick, bitch. Suck my dick, bitch. You suck my dick, bitch. You suck my dick, bitch. Suck my dick, bitch. You suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. God damn it. God fucking damn it. This is really goddamn pissing me off. God fucking damn it. Suck my dick, bitch. Suck my fucking dick. Suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. Suck my dick, bitch. Suck my fucking dick. You suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. Come on, you dick sucker. Come on, dick sucker. Come on, dick sucker. Come on, dick sucker. Come on, you dick sucker. God damn it. Come on, you dick sucker. Come on, you dick sucker. Come on, you fucking dick sucker. Come on, dick sucker. Come on, you dick sucker from China. Come on, you Chinese dick sucker. Come on, you Chinese dick sucker. Come on, you Oriental prostitute. From China. Come on, you fucking Oriental prostitute.
This is female teacher predators. On March 15, 2025, Downers Grove police received a call that would lead them into one of their most disturbing investigations. A mother and her 15-year-old son had arrived at the station with evidence that would shock even seasoned investigators. The mother explained how she had purchased her son a new iPhone and was helping him set it up. During the routine iCloud setup process, she had discovered explicit messages from someone she never expected, his teacher, Christina Formella. The messages weren't just inappropriate, they revealed what appeared to be an ongoing inappropriate relationship between a 30-year-old educator and her teenage student. As detectives examined the phone, the scope of the evidence became clear. The messages showed a pattern that had been developing since December 2023, when the boy was just 15 years old. Christina Formella, a special education teacher and soccer coach at Downers Grove South High School, had allegedly crossed every professional and legal boundary with one of her students. The investigation moved quickly. Detectives needed to gather more evidence before making an arrest, knowing that a case involving a respected educator would face intense scrutiny. Within hours, they had enough evidence to obtain an arrest warrant. The plan was set. They would arrest Formella the next day during what would appear to be a routine traffic stop.
Hey, how you doing? Hi. So goes with the Downers Grove. Do you have your license on you? Yeah, I'm
You German slut.
Christina? Yes. Okay, Christina, do me a favor, please step out the car for me. I know you're confused, I'll explain everything to you.
On Sunday, March 16, 2025, Officer Guzman and his team executed the arrest plan on Hughes Avenue. From their perspective, this wasn't just another arrest. They were taking down someone who had violated the most sacred trust between educator and student. Guzman's calm professionalism masked the gravity of what they were dealing with.
Whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need, your phone, your purse, your phone, grab it. You going somewhere? Yeah, we're gonna explain everything to you guys.
Excuse me, is my husband coming with?
Yeah. You take the phone number down. We're staying in touch with him. We're just going to Downers Grove, 10 minutes away.
No, I know, but I really would prefer that my husband's with me.
Of course.
The officers watched as Christina's confusion turned to concern. Her requests about her husband and her obvious anxiety told them she had no idea what was coming. From a police perspective, this was often the most telling moment. How suspects react when they first realize they're in serious trouble.
So step over here. So, we do have an investigation going on. We have to talk to you about it at the police department, okay? So we're explaining everything to you there. This is not my investigation. I don't know the full details. We do have to bring you there, though, okay? So I just have to put you in handcuffs and bring you to the police department. This is the Downers Grove. Yes, unfortunately, yes.
I'm like willing to go with you.
I get it, yeah. Unfortunately, we have to do it that way. Do me a favor, just take this off. Of course, yeah. It's not because that's not my investigation. Obviously, we're here for a reason. So go ahead and turn around for me.
Suck my dick, bitch.
This was the
Now
critical
fuck him
moment
and put me in
officers
check.
dreaded, taking someone who appears to be a normal member of society and placing them under arrest for serious crimes. Christina's cooperation didn't surprise the officers. In their experience, those who commit these types of crimes often maintain a facade of respectability right until the end.
So right now, you've been detained, and there is a defendant that needs to talk to you at the police department. So we'll let your husband know. No, he can just come to the police department as well if he wants to wait for you there.
I'm like,
I get it, you have a lot of questions. Yeah, everything's okay. We just need to talk to you at the police department, that's all. Nothing else on your pocket right now, anything else? Just your phone? Okay.
The officers' priority was getting Christina to the station safely while preserving the integrity of their investigation. Every word, every reaction was being captured on body cam, evidence that would later be crucial.
Right now, you're being detained.
investigation and we'll bring you to the police department. And then once you get there, they're going to fill you in on everything.
During the transport, officers observed Christina's growing distress. From their perspective, this physical reaction often indicated guilt. Innocent people typically demanded answers, while those with something to hide often became physically ill when confronted with arrest.
I'm feeling a throw up.
Alright.
I saw that fucking shit.
Sean, can you grab like a bag on there? When a child is abducted, every minute that passes decreases the likelihood that they'll ever be seen again.
Move, you
so
whore!
what happens when police officers find them just in time?
Is this?
Yeah.
Alright, step out of the
Well,
car.
it's not my dad.
Step out of the car, bro.
Police department, open the door!
Here are 7 times abducted children were rescued just moments before it was too late. Starting with the case of 27-year-old Brandon Lenore, who, on September 27th of 2022, was reported by his girlfriend for leaving the home with her 1-year-old son and a handgun. She gave officers a description of the vehicle, and shortly after, police located Brandon's truck speeding erratically down Belterra Parkway. After leading police on a short chase, Brandon pulled into the parking lot of a McDonald's and abruptly exited his vehicle carrying his son. The victim in this case was too young to comprehend that he was being used as a human shield against tasers and a police dog by his own father. Thankfully, the officer was able to avoid the child by running over and tasing Brandon on his side. As he fell to the ground, officers snatched the baby away before he could be hurt.
Show me your hands, dude! Put the baby down! Put the kid down! Put the kid down!
As expected, the small child remained oblivious of his circumstances and only realized that something was wrong when he saw his father getting hurt. But that wouldn't have been the case if Brandon wasn't.
Poor child.
As expected, the small child remained oblivious of his circumstances and only realized that something was wrong when he saw his father getting hurt. But that wouldn't have been the case if Brandon wasn't still fighting and trying to run from the officers.
I've taken appointment for fighting.
Eventually, he was wrangled into handcuffs and transported to jail. Brandon would be charged with kidnapping, reckless driving, child neglect, using a minor as a shield, resisting with violence, and fleeing and eluding. The baby would be returned to his mother completely unharmed. A truly horrifying situation for the mother, but this next mom experienced every patient's worst nightmare when her daughter was snatched from her arms by an unknown man.
Police department, open the door! Open the door!
On the evening of May 18th, 2019, a mother was taking her 8-year-old daughter on a walk through their neighborhood when a 51-year-old homeless man, identified as Michael Webb, abruptly pulled up beside them in a car. He hopped out and grabbed the girl, whose mother fought for her before being knocked onto the ground. He threw the girl into his car, and in a flash, they were gone. The mother reported the incident to police, who sent out a BOLO alert. Less than 6 hours later, the Forest Hills Police Department received a tip about Michael from a Woodspring Suites hotel. When police would arrive,
I'm so
Michael
glad
was
that
there,
not one of
but
the
officers
fuckers
failed to locate the girl inside his hotel room, so they left.
About 2 hours later, police received another tip concerning Michael's car. When they returned and inspected the vehicle, they spotted blood on the front passenger seat, which was all the proof they needed to bust Michael's door down.
Police department, open the door! Open the door! Open it now! Open it! Hands! Let me see your hands! Step out of here! Step out! Step out! Got her! We got her! We got her! We got
Suck my dick, bitch.
The victim was admirably calm, as she was recovered from a dirty laundry hamper in the corner of the room. Michael would later tell police he threatened and forced her inside the hamper, where she remained the first time police searched the room.
God damn it.
We got a towel? We got a towel? Do we have it? Can we cover her up? Can we cover her up? Yeah. With something? Just drink them, maybe. Can we get her out? Yeah, sure. Let's go. Come on, sweetheart. You're okay? You're gonna be okay. We got her. Hold the door. Hey, back off, guys. Back off. Please, just back off. Hey, so she can sit down. Guys, listen, just stay there for me, okay?
Alright,
Hey,
fuck.
do me a favor.
Hold!
Okay. Just hold on, okay?
Oh, you two asshole butthurt. We sit down and play another game of chess because that goddamn ring of fire around your asshole where I stuck my
The creep would then be arrested, dressed only in
hanging
long
out of
johns and
your
socks,
hanging
and
out
taken
of
to
my
the station
piece
where he would be charged
came
with
slinging
kidnapping.
out of your fucking
Months later, it took a jury only 10 minutes of deliberation to find him unequivocally guilty, giving him the maximum sentence of life in prison without parole. Rather than snatching them off the street, 22-year-old Tyler Thompson opted to lure in his young victim online before taking her to a hotel.
If I ask you that question again, I'll lose my mind. How old are you? Oh, you picked up. Yeah, you picked up real good.
On Feb...
Oh, you picked up. That question again, I'll lose my mind. How old are you?
Before taking her to a hotel, opted to lure in his young victim online before taking her to a hotel.
If I ask you that question again, I'll lose my mind. How old are you? Oh, you picked up. Yeah, you picked up real good.
On February the 19th of 2021, the mother of a 13-year-old girl contacted police when she had come home from school. After speaking with the scared mother, the officer made his way over to the school, where he learned something horrifying from a friend of the victim. She'd apparently left the school and gone to the nearby Dollar General to meet up with a man she met on the internet. So the officer quickly made his way over to the store.
Yeah, I'm missing a juvenile left stool, and possibly was picked up by a guy here. I'm kind of wanting to get an idea of who he is, and I'm looking at today from school gets out around 3:15, so I'm thinking 3 to 3:30.
I mean, is that like a super recent picture then?
She said she looks pretty much like this.
With Uzi Emily.
I can see.
The officer concluded from camera footage that the victim had left the store with a man in a vehicle. The man, identified as 22-year-old Tyler Thompson. With no leads, the officer began stopping by every hotel in the area, asking if Tyler had checked in recently. And eventually, he hit the jackpot at an all-suite motel.
Hello. Hey, my name is Deputy James. I'm wondering if a juvenile and another person checked in here earlier today. Have you seen that? No, she would have been here with an unknown.
Bit Uzi was pit smell.
Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm looking for a juvenile that looks to be ran away from home today. And we have information she may have checked into a local hotel with an adult. This is what she looks like. Any check-ins today? I'm investigating a runaway juvenile that supposedly checked into a local hotel today with an adult, most likely. I don't know what he looks like or anything. This is what she looks like.
Alright, someone checked in earlier when I was here, so we can check them.
Oh, perfect, okay. Yeah, well, she's only 13, so I don't know the person she's with. So it would have been whoever she's with. Yeah, she doesn't even have an ID. She's only 13. The person she's with? No clue.
Well, check out this person that checked in today.
Ooh, where's this guy? I think this is him. They said his name started with a T, possibly Tyler. Front office! Anybody inside? We need to come in for a second. Sheriff's office. Back up. Have a seat on the couch. What's up, sweetheart? Sheriff's office. Get Pappy up here. One of the bedrooms, wait for me for a second.
Visibly relieved to have been found, the 13-year-old girl ran into the deputy's arms.
Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Back up. Have a seat on the couch. What's up, sweetheart? Sheriff's office. Get Pappy up here. One of the bedrooms, wait for me for a second.
Visibly relieved to have been found, the 13-year-old girl ran into the deputy's arms. The minor would be unharmed,
Damn it.
but it's safe to say that she learned something about stranger danger that day. And Tyler's about to be taught his own lesson as well, quite soon.
How old are you? How old are you? Are you okay? Are you hurt at all? You're not hurt at all? Your stomach hurts? Okay, we're gonna be right with you, okay? How old are you? We're gonna be right with you, okay? How old are you? If I ask you that question again, I'll lose my mind. How old are you? Oh, you get up. Yeah, done real good.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I am. I found him.
Yeah, well, how old is he?
Too old.
Alright, I'm on the way.
Copy. You sure you're okay, sweetheart?
After backup would arrive, Tyler would be arrested, and the minor was taken to the hospital, cleared of any injuries, and then returned to her family. Tyler would be charged with traveling to meet a minor after using a computer to lure a child and interference with child custody. After further investigation, he was ultimately charged with 30 counts of child crimes. He was found guilty the following year and then sentenced to a satisfying 40 years in prison, followed by 45 years of offender probation. While it can be said that Tyler knew what he was getting himself into, Darius White allegedly had no clue there was a child inside the car.
He did fuck up.
With 30 counts of child crimes. He was found guilty the following year and then sentenced to a satisfying 40 years in prison, followed by 45 years of offender probation. While it can be said that Tyler knew what he was getting himself into, Darius White allegedly had no clue there was a child inside the car when he stole it.
Show your ass!
On April the 4th of 2022, a woman pulled into the parking lot of a Goodwill, accompanied by her 10-year-old son. She parked and left the car running as she stepped out momentarily. But moments after she exited her vehicle, Darius White jumped into the driver's seat and took off, with a terrified young boy in the back seat. A family member explained that they were tracking the boy's iPhone and had his location. Minutes later, the officer located the suspected vehicle, but as the officer approached, the vehicle sped right past him, initiating a hot pursuit. The officer eventually caught up to Darius and performed a successful pit maneuver, causing it to spin out and come to a stop.
Show your ass!
It took only a few minutes for the victim to get his bearings, but once he realized he was in safe hands, he was extremely relieved and appreciative to be saved. He was then returned to his mother uninjured, while Darius would be arrested and transported to the police station. He would be charged with kidnapping, cruelty towards children, and theft by taking. Comments from his lawyers say that Darius maintains innocence, claiming to have been unaware that the boy was in the back seat. On the other hand, 41-year-old Jeremy Guthrie knew all about the young teenagers that were crammed inside of his truck.
Okay, and then you have a bunch of kids, and then the car, how many kids? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are these kids to you?
This is my friend.
At 1 a.m. on July the 5th of 2022, an officer began tailing a black pickup truck that was speeding and swerving down a highway. In the short time the officer was following it, the suspect nearly crashes into a concrete divider.
Just all right? Yeah. Okay. Your driver's license? There's water there between your legs. So was I. The way you're driving? Huh? That's it. You mentioned that you were nervous? Right. Our doors was behind you driving down I-40. You were in lane number 1. At times, you got away from lane number 1 all the way over. Didn't use a signal. Had problems keeping your vehicle one lane. And then, when you merge on from westbound 40 to northbound 25, you took that curve way too fast.
I did. I'm sorry.
I thought you were gonna crash. I didn't say. I don't think so. I'm saying I thought you were gonna crash.
The driver would be identified as 41-year-old Jeremy Guthrie. Jeremy was clearly intoxicated, but that was not his biggest problem.
Okay, and then you have a bunch of kids in the car. How many kids? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who are these kids to you?
This is my friend.
That's your friend? How old's your friend?
God damn it.
18.
That girl's not 18? That girl's not 18?
Yeah.
No, she's not. That girl's not 18. Trust me. She don't look 18. Ma'am, how old are you? I asked you your name. I asked you how old you were. Jeremy, turn the car off and come back here and talk to me.
The girl in the passenger seat remained silent, refusing to tell the officer how old she was. The officer was correct in his assumptions, however. She obviously was not an adult. But while the situation looked bad, there was not yet any proof of foul play. That is, until Jeremy hopped out of his truck with his pants undone.
Why's your zipper, your buttons down in your crotch?
Well, I probably just forgot.
Okay.
I'll button my zipper.
Yeah, please button your zipper.
Yeah. I mean, I had to take like a piss and
Nasty ass fucker.
When did you last drink?
like probably it's been a little while.
Like an hour?
I would say it's more than a
Like maybe 2?
yeah,
Roughly? Okay.
like 2 hours.
That's fair. Because you know what, 2 hours is totally different than no, I haven't been drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that's okay. We're not talking about it. I mean, I know what I smell, I know what I hear, I know what I see. Okay? Simple as that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you already did. You said I haven't been drinking. And then I kind of played you, said, was it an hour ago? Like, no, longer. 2 hours? Yeah.
It's been a few hours.
Okay.
I mean,
Gotcha. Well,
I mean,
we're not gonna argue about that. I mean, I know what I smell. Okay? Do you think you're safe to drive? All those people in the car, who are they?
they're just my friends. I mean,
Do you normally hang out with people who are young? How old are you?
I'm 41.
41? Okay. Hang tight right there, okay?
The officer went back to talk to the miners, who, to his surprise, seemed annoyed at his presence.
How old are you? Hey, don't lie to me. I'm a kid. I'm not gonna play the game where you lie. I know that. I know that you're not 18. Okay? So if you want to have attitude, you in the front. Okay? We go about it another way. Simple as that. So if I sense any attitude or you give me a lip, we'll do it another way. Okay, how old are you? 14. Thank you. Some question?
14.
Really 14? Okay. Okay? Okay? 13? Okay? 14? Okay? Who's the guy to anybody? Okay. So, there's your homie. Okay, so you guys all need to call your parents. Okay. Okay. And have your parents meet us here.
The girl in the passenger seat was actually just 13 years old. Her twin sister was also in the vehicle, and the other 4 minors were between the ages of 13 and 14. The male juveniles claimed that Jeremy was their friend, but in reality, the scumbag had been involved in an intimate relationship with a girl in the passenger seat for over a year. A relationship that resulted in a lost pregnancy when she was just 12 years old. He had also been accused of having taken advantage of her twin sister as well.
Just so you guys know, okay, that probably saved 6 lives, at least 6 lives. I bet you guys are going to crash around that bend. He's just way too fast. And he's definitely not safe to drive. This is Sergeant LaFay with State Police. And your son, along with I'm guessing 5 of the other buddies, they were in a vehicle with some man, it's a grown adult who has no business driving, and so he's out now doing sobriety tests, and these kids need to be picked up.
So, just to make sure that you're okay to drive, okay, would you mind doing a couple of field sobriety tests just to make sure? Yeah? You wouldn't mind, or you would want to do them? Do you mind, or would you want to do them? Do you want to do them? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I don't really want to. You don't want to do them? No. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know, if you don't do the test, I'm gonna have to place you under arrest. You wanna do the test?
Alright, let's do the test. Kiss that rookie by a slut.
You don't know what's on breach? Are you gonna stop the test?
You dumbass.
Are you gonna continue, or are you gonna stop right there?
I just don't understand this,
Alright, fuck his.
Oh! I just don't understand.
I told you to go forward, remember? From H to F.
What a dumbass. What a fucking dumbass. What a fucking dumbass. What a fucking dumbass. Suck my slut. Suck my slut.
Alright.
Look at that
I just
fucking
didn't
piece.
understand what you wanted.
Yeah, alright. One second. One second. Alright, so you're gonna be placed under arrest for DWI, okay?
God fucking damn it. God damn it.
Anything you see can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him represent you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained to you?
Even in his intoxicated state, Jeremy definitely understood what was happening. He was transported to the police station, where he would then be charged with 6 counts of child abuse, driving under the influence, and having an open container of alcohol in his vehicle. He's currently being held inside the Metropolitan Detention Center, and according to their grandmother, he has since contacted the twins from inside the jail to ask for money. To avoid similar issues, cult leader Samuel Bateman decided to transport his harem of young girls inside of a large metal trailer.
We just need you guys to give us your names and stuff.
No, ma'am.
No.
You're not going to decide the outcome of this. We will decide, and we'll let you know how everything's going to happen here, okay?
On August the 28th,
Your names and stuff.
No, ma'am.
We just need you guys to give us your names and stuff.
No, No, ma'am. You're not going to decide the outcome of this. We will decide, and we'll let you know how everything's going to happen here, okay?
On August the 28th of 2022, officers would be riding along Interstate 40 when they observed a GMC Denali with an attached trailer pulled over in the emergency lane. As they neared the vehicle, they noticed a small child's hand sticking out of the back of the trailer. Officers immediately pulled over, initiating a stop to figure out what was going on.
Now fuck up and overlook this. So I can stick my dick into a whore's butt.
Start heading back there. Come with me. Start walking back there. They'll be going handcuffs.
Go ahead, come right here. Come on by this way. Stay right there. Come on, go. Just do me a favor, keep your hands out of your pockets for me, alright? Do you guys have names? I'm Deputy Mitchell. You want to tell me your name, or just so I know I'm talking to you? Alright.
The reason the girls were keeping quiet was the same reason they were dressed in such traditional clothing. These young girls were members of a cult that parades as a religious sect, the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or FLDS. This organization is notorious for its polygamist, pedophilic, and anti-government beliefs and practices. And the driver, Samuel Bateman, is the self-proclaimed prophet and leader. It would later be reported that he had 20 wives, the majority of which were under the age of 15 years old.
Just keep your hands out of your pockets for me, okay?
Who else has ID?
I got this.
You guys have any other ID? You don't have ID cards? How old are you? 14. How old are you? 11? 12? How old are you? How old are you? You don't have to say, or you're just following up. Well, we're going to identify each and every one of you. Hang tight a minute.
Ma'am, can you keep your hands out of your pockets for me?
Alright. Can I have each one of you put your phones up on the vehicle here? Go ahead and put your phones up on the vehicle. Thank you. Alright. Do you have a phone? Cell phone? Do you have a cell phone? Okay, not a problem. Alright.
Do we have to? Like, put them on that?
Yes, ma'am. We're doing an investigation right now, and I'm not going to have you have a phone in front of me, okay? You'll have a right to get your stuff afterwards, okay? So, instead of playing games, let's just put them there like I just asked you. Alright. So, I got your ID, correct? Okay. Write your first name, middle name, last name, and your date of birth. And does everyone have water? Anyone like needing water or anything? Okay. Okay. We'll do that as soon as our investigation is done, okay? Like children are being transported in a vehicle, we're getting calls about hands sticking out of a vehicle, out of the trailer. So that is why we're contacting you guys.
Alright,
because it is unsafe for children to be riding in a trailer.
Ho, sucker!
And
you feel for that like a sucker piece of shit. You wanted to
Do you have any questions? No, ma'am.
At this point, he's detained right now. I don't know. Okay, I understand that, but like he said, once we do our investigation, we can figure this out. But we just need you guys to give us your names and stuff.
No, ma'am. You're not going to decide the outcome of this. We will decide, and we'll let you know how everything's going to happen here, okay? Sound okay? First name, middle name, last name, date of birth. That's okay. We just need a full name for everyone. Are you able to write your first name and last name? All right. Start a new page so you have
The girls continued to give the officer a hard time as he tried to gather basic information to identify them. The older woman in the red dress appeared to act as the head of the group, being
Pit! Boop! I touched her head.
The older woman in the red dress appeared to act as the head of the group, being the most outspoken and whispering instructions to the other girls.
Now, Arizona state law says video recording us within 8 feet, I believe it is right now. Yeah. 8 feet of us is against the law now in Arizona. Yes, it is. Just passed by the within 8 feet, I believe it is right now. Yeah. 8 feet of us is against the law. Recording us within 8 feet, I believe it is right now. Yeah. 8 feet of us is against the law now in Arizona. Yes, it is. Just passed by the
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
So, do me a favor, when I talk to you, I'll talk to you. When I talk to someone else, don't answer for them unless you are legal guardian of them and you have legal privilege to answer for them, okay? Oh, they have no reason to be afraid of me. The only reason I had addressing you is stepping in, and I need to be able to talk to everyone, okay?
The one in the red dress he's talking to is basically a ringleader. She's basically telling them all off from what I'm getting. They first were not you, but she's just kind of...
That is you, right? You were born in 03, so are you equal or 18 years old? Okay. Go ahead and stay there. Show them again. Are you 5 or 13 years of age right now? Yes. Okay. Let's see you a little ways away with his arm adult.
The officer pulled one of the minors to the side to speak with her about what was taking place. and throughout the conversation, the girl seemed very uneasy and hesitant to answer anything.
I'm Deputy Mitchell, okay, I'm with the Sheriff's Office. I just want to figure out what's going on here, okay? So where were you guys headed to?
I actually don't need to know for sure.
You don't know for sure? How long have you been at Flagstaff? A couple hours. And where were you guys coming from? Colorado City. Is that where you guys live at?
Private.
Where you live? And are these your parents, or? Do your parents still in Colorado City? One of them? Which one? Mom. And you don't know where she is? Okay. You didn't know where you guys were going to, you were just riding?
Well, I got invited to come.
You got invited to come? Who invited you?
My friends.
Your friends? Are they here, or? Okay. And where did they invite you to go?
They didn't tell me.
They just said you're going on a trip?
Yeah. They said it's gonna be a couple hours long.
Okay.
I'm like, no, I don't.
And how long have you known these friends for? You can guess, it doesn't have to be. So half your life.
Yeah.
Do your parents know each other? Yeah. Where do you live in Colorado City? Do you know your address?
It is.
Several of Samuel's juvenile, so-called wives and followers were turned over to the Arizona Department of Child Services. Samuel would be taken to the police station, where he was processed and charged with child endangerment. And while in jail, he was found using the phone system to have explicit conversations with underage girls in his cult, even referring to one 13-year-old girl as his sexy darling. Shortly after that, he was barred from contacting anyone at all. But it gets even more twisted. A search of his home would turn up evidence of group explicit activities, incest, and child trafficking. 3 of his adult wives tried to flee with the remaining minors the following December, but were found by police at an Airbnb in Washington State. The adults would subsequently be arrested. Samuel is currently held in prison on kidnapping and evidence tampering charges, and he would plead not guilty to the charges with his trial set for March of 2024. But if you thought that was crazy, then you have to see 37-year-old Kevin Smith, who actually thought he'd get away with pretending to be the victim's father.
Is this?
Yeah.
Alright, step out of the car.
Close my dad.
Step out of the car, bro.
On October 10th of 2022, an officer on duty would be flagged down by a panicked father, reporting that a man had jumped into a Chevrolet Silverado and taken off with his 8- and 4-year-old sons in the back seat. The officer took down a description of the vehicle, and moments later, they caught sight of it.
Stop the truck! Now! Pull into the parking lot!
The suspect, identified as 37-year-old Kevin Smith, obeyed the officer's commands and pulled over. Upon approaching the vehicle, the officer immediately saw the children inside, and unlike the others, these boys were not afraid to tell the officer exactly what was going on.
This is not your car?
That was a good game.
Step out of the car, bro. Okay, step out of the car. Help me out. You're gonna step out. And I'll let you go. Give me the car keys. Give me the car keys. Is this?
Yeah.
Alright, step out of the car.
Close my dad.
Step out of the car, bro. Step out of the car. Step out of the car.
The boys were shaken but uninjured and returned to their father. Kevin, on the other hand, would be charged with 2 felony counts of kidnapping and 1 count of grand theft of a motor vehicle. He's currently being held in jail without bond. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one, and don't forget to subscribe. Crackheads are known for doing some wild and unpredictable things. But what happens when these drug-fueled suspects try to fight the police?
He looks demon possessed.
Here are 8 times crackheads tried to attack the police and instantly regretted it. Beginning with the case of 30-year-old Alicia, who on December the 20th of 2022 was apprehended by police for assaulting a man inside a parking garage. According to the victim, he was waiting for the parking garage elevator when a deranged woman began screaming and charging at him. As the officer was on the scene speaking to dispatch, the elevator door suddenly opened and Alicia was standing inside.
Hey there, mind talking to me real quick? What's going on today? Alright. You want to just stop for me? Stop. 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 I just want to talk to you. Give me the other hand. I have contact with one. Dan, you can pick it up a little bit. Give me the other hand. Listen, I just want to talk to you. I just had to decentralize one. Give me the other hand. Well, I just asked you to stop and talk to me, and we couldn't do that. Okay, you can figure it out. Stop. Stop. How are you doing? And who's this? I don't know yet. Hi, man. Stop. You're alright. You're alright. Okay, man. Don't try to kick. You got this side. We're gonna get you in the back of the car here. You had some in your pocket right there.
Oh yeah. Let's just load this shit up and search it.
I agree.
The officers transported Alicia to the police station, where she continued to resist and yell profanities at them. She especially started lashing out when she was placed in the restraint chair.
Man, we're gonna walk inside the cell, okay? Because it's somewhere we can just walk in together without you kicking in or having any problems. Or do I need to bring the cell?
Hold on. You're fine. So it doesn't have to be like this. But you can't pull away. You can't kick ass.
Walk inside.
Look at my balls!
I can't let go. You're handcuffed.
Look at my balls!
Okay. So you're gonna be easy with them? I have no idea.
Alicia was eventually processed and charged with misdemeanor resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and bail jumping. And at the time of her arrest, she had 4 other ongoing cases. And if you thought that was a serious freak out, then you won't believe the next suspect, who completely flipped out every time the officer touched his pants. On April the 9th of 2023, a male was caught on Walmart surveillance cameras taking items out of their packaging and stuffing them in his pants. Walmart security contacted the police, and a short while later the suspect was confronted in the clothing section. He was later identified as 18-year-old Kadeem Wines.
What are you doing? Nothing? Alright. Keep your hands on your pockets for me. Keep your hands on your side. What are you doing? You got stuff in some of your pockets? Oh, what? What's your name?
Jake.
Jake what?
What?
You got stuff in your pockets, right?
What did I do?
You've been watching the camera. Still the camera's in there? You're watching you break stuff open and put them in your pockets.
Break what open?
What do you got in your pockets right here? Anything that's coke or anything?
No.
What's this? You got socks. Are these yours?
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah? What else you got? What about this belt? Why is it still got the tag on it?
No, that comes with the tag.
Comes with the tag? You don't take the tag off?
No, that don't come off.
Phone cases. What are you doing, man? Just be honest with me and I'll help you out.
I already know, man. So right now I'm trying to get the things I need. I ain't trying to.
You ain't trying to what?
Violate my probation, that's wrong.
Okay, then what are you doing? Hey, like I said, you be honest with me and I'll work with you. You lie to me, then I'm gonna go the whole way and I'll mess up your probation. Does that make sense? Right now you committed a crime, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that can mess up your probation and go back to jail.
Right.
And do we want to do that? Or do we want to handle this the right way like that?
I was already in.
Oh, just don't lie to me. I don't want to be lied to. Are you on anything right? Been smoking weed or anything? I see you have one in your back pocket. What's that from?
What?
Yeah, you got like a switch of sweet in your back pocket.
Where?
In your right rear back pocket, you got something. But do you want to be honest with me now?
I ain't got no switch on me. I don't know.
Smells like weed. Let's put it back in your pocket. There's something in there, yeah.
It's tobacco.
Okay. I'm just asking. You look a little high.
I'm looking at high. Hey, I bought that. That charge was mine. Huh? That charge was fine. What are you talking about? Nah, he tried to take my stuff.
I told you what we're gonna do.
I know that, but like,
you need to calm down. Okay?
Nah.
We're not making too big of a scene here.
alright, let me calm down.
Because it's a holiday, right? And I don't want to disturb everybody on a holiday. Okay, it's Easter, right? Yeah.
So I'm gonna use your tape right now. And I'm gonna go to jail.
No, I'm not saying that. Right now, you keep me saying.
God damn it.
In the security office, the officer and staff tried to review the footage to make sure they had all the stolen merchandise, but their efforts were interrupted when the suspect began throwing a fit for a rather strange reason.
Watch in the men's section. Stuff that's on your pants, your pockets. Belt charges.
God damn it.
Hold on. I'll do it.
You're good, man.
Nah, see, that's it is him.
It's not gay, dude.
It is gay, fool. Stop touching my fucking dick.
No one's touching your dick, bro.
Bro,
Act like a man.
like a man touching my dick.
No one even get close to your dick. Don't steal shit. Everyone has to do this.
Bro, you should know my motherfucking bitch.
Watch yourself, bro. I'll take you to jail right now.
Why you gotta act like that? Keep it cool, bro.
Just trying to handle this.
What's your address?
Phone number? I thought you said you had a phone. You got a phone number? You got a phone number?
I ain't keep it said. Just go back up the phone. Took a phone case, not a charger. This charger right here is mine.
You took a charger. You took a charger.
What's that? What's that?
You got Wi-Fi only?
Huh?
You got Wi-Fi only? You don't actually have a phone number?
Yeah, I mean, you know that shit now.
I get it, man. What you're doing is not right. It's breaking the law, right?
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be doing that stuff.
But I don't break the law just for no reason. I break the law to...
Well, the stuff you took is not stuff that people need. It's not food, water, anything that sustain life. It's just because you wanted it. Taking 4 phone cases, a phone charger, those are not things that people need to survive.
Depending on who you ask, some may call a phone charger a basic necessity, but that clearly doesn't give you the right to steal one. And the worst part of it is, he did it knowing that he had multiple active warrants in 3 different counties.
It's like playing games.
What is
It's like playing around.
What is that game got no
So you go to jail because you got a warrant.
I got a warrant right now? Bro, how?
You get a warrant. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Can I at least call somebody at the phone?
We'll see about it. We'll see what we can do, man. We're trying to make sure it's clear.
Warrant for where?
I'm not at the computer, man. I'm standing next to you. So I'm working on it with my partner.
I'm just asking a fuck question, dumbass.
That's the problem, right? I show no respect, so you get no respect.
I'm trying to show you respect.
You haven't shown me any
No,
respect.
I try to show you respect. You come aggressive. Fuck.
Sorry, I don't like my style. I apologize. Start over, okay? I'm all for fan. How do you say your name? Kadeem?
Yeah.
Okay, Kadeem. So right now, you are being detained for the fact that you stole something from the store and you did it on your person, which is illegal. Retail theft, okay? So right now, that's under $150. So that would be in compliance.
Wait, you said $150. Pay that.
We're gonna take those other merchandise out of your pants.
No. Hold on.
Bam. They can't that big. You can take down now. Take the cuffs off.
Hey, fuck, you say you put big down now? Hold on.
Turn around so you can take your cuffs off.
Yeah, you put big down now.
I'm on the counter. What about the other side?
Taking up those fucking phones. All I gotta do is dick up those phones.
Yeah,
still more in there, man. Both sides.
God damn it. Jesus fucking Christ. Christ the fuck. Christ the goddamn.
Wait, what?
You have a couple more. Well, unless you can find out on your warrants, I don't know if they're found yet. We're waiting on confirmation.
Is that really a question with a theft charge, a probation violation, and multiple arrest warrants? Kadeem was definitely going to jail, and the officers escorted him outside to do just that. But he once again started lashing out when the officers attempted to remove more stolen merchandise from his pants, leading them to suspect that he might be hiding drugs in there as well.
Christ the
You can call me down. I don't know where your phone is.
Holy
God. I have a phone in your pocket when we make contact with you.
Christ the fuck.
Can we retrace our steps?
No.
Christ the fuck.
the fuck?
Christ the fuck.
I'm gonna dig down my pants. Oh, hell no. Do not dig down my fucking pants. Do not dig down my pants. You wanna get enough turn? Do not dig down my fucking pants, nigga. Stop the fuck. I'm not gonna touch my head. Bro, do not dig down my pants. You got your fucking pants. I will get it. That's not what we do. What the fuck? No. I will grab it for your ass. No.
You need to act like a dick dog right now. Got it?
You were grabbing my dick.
No one's grabbing
You were grabbing my ass.
down.
No.
Respect.
No, I can't show respect when you grab my ass.
No one's grabbing your ass.
Where's my fucking phone at?
You don't?
Right, you gonna see some of that shit now.
Sit up.
Nigga can't even sit up because you wanna push me and shit, no bitch.
When you wanted to fight.
Can you please let go of my fucking legs?
Stand up.
Hey, they harassing me! Hey, they harassing me! Hey, get these niggas, they harassing me!
Now you gotta tell me. Now you gotta look at my camera. Now you gotta tell me, bud. Sorry. Now you're definitely going to jail. You just kicked me. So what you expect me to do? No one was doing it. They were sitting you in the car like you got me.
Hey, what's your bad, huh? Hey, what's your bad, huh?
287.
287?
Yep.
I remember that.
Okay, so behind your report.
That's
I
fucking.
told you to show me respect, dude. That's all you have to do.
I showed you respect. You trying to stick a finger on my ass. That's all Roy police do is stick fingers up their ass.
This ain't ROPD, man.
Keep please help me out. Keep please stop being aggressive, grab my hand.
Your hands behind your back. How does that gonna help?
Nigga, it's on this side, you dumbass.
That side.
Hey, help me! Help me!
Hard.
Hey, these bitches trying to fuck. Hey, you bitch.
Due to Kadim's
What a
erratic
nigga.
behavior, the officers put off searching him until they got to the station. Kadim proceeded to verbally abuse the officer along the way, and at one point he managed to slip his handcuffs, so the officers had to pull over to recuff him.
32, we're stopping. Looks like you got on one of the cuffs. I'm just gonna wait till Carly. I'm just gonna wait till you get a little closer, then we're gonna go. I just don't want it to swing at me.
Swing at you?
Yep.
Alright. Gang. Why the fuck you so aggressive? Get the fuck off me! Fuck! Nigga, think I'm gonna swing up this bitch? I'm swinging your ass! I'm not dead, dog! What's our apartment? Sit down, y'all here, fool. I'm gonna shoot the fuck at your ass. How the fuck you standing there and you letting them do that? No comment.
That fucking went over there.
I'm not shooting no guns. I'm not killing nobody. And you treat me like this. I should beat the fuck out of you. Yeah.
Alright.
Nah, fuck you. You gotta use all this fuck force. Fuck. You see how strong I am, nigga? Break a bone in this bitch. You say you don't get me?
I said I get you. I understand what you're saying.
I was saying I was over to you.
The officers then finished the trip to the station, where Kadim was charged with aggravated battery and retail theft. And if you don't want us digging in your pants, well, don't hide things there. And if you don't want to end up like this next suspect, don't take several drugs at once, or even at all. On May the 10th of 2020, or even at all. On May 10th of 2022, zoo employees contacted police to report a man who was attempting to enter the zoo without paying the entry fee. The man became agitated and started lashing out on employees and other visitors, eventually bombarding his way inside.
What's going on?
I sure hope you fuck up in the gut.
What's he wearing? He's like attacking us. This gentleman's here. Like, he just get
Hey, back up.
Hey, we got one running. Taser, taser. Get him.
Yeah, fuck
Amidst the struggle, the suspect managed to momentarily grab the taser out of... Amidst the struggle, the suspect managed to momentarily grab the taser out of the female officer's hands, and as he did so, the female officer activated the weapon, but got tangled in the wires herself and ended up getting shocked. While she recuperated, more officers had hopped onto the suspect, who then began demanding to see... But got tangled in the wires herself and ended up getting shocked. While she recuperated, more officers had hopped onto the suspect, who then began demanding to see his wife, or a woman that he claimed was his wife, but was really a zoo employee.
What my wife? With my wife. With my wife. Let her go with me.
This can go two ways.
We need at least 7 minutes.
With my wife.
I know, I already did.
Oh my wife.
You tried to grab my gun.
No. Bring my wife.
If he starts anymore, I'm tossing this and I'm going down. He starts anymore, I'm tossing this.
After what?
Militia's really starting to fucking piss me off.
Oh my.
What's your name? What's your name? I'm dead. I'm done. You're alright. You're alright, you're alright.
You're dead, man.
Cut it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Well, you ran at my deputy. I'm sorry.
The suspect continued to do whatever this was until backup officers arrived to assist. And as you can imagine, he didn't react any better to their presence and continued to resist as they tried to arrest him.
Stupid! Cuz that was stupid. Oh! Stupid! The stupid machine! Stupid!
No. You in my car.
You okay? You want peace?
We all got Sorry about that, Zach. I shot him right there.
Just relax, okay? Just relax. And take a breath, okay?
Good job. That was a great tap. Phenomenal. Good job.
Quit to make a girl spit.
We were playing Ouija board, and he's talking about how he wants to summon a demon into the house.
When dispatchers in Spokane, Washington answer a 911 call, an urgent cry for help is followed by chaos on the other end of the line. Police respond to a scene where a man lies naked and stabbed. A woman stands soaked in his blood, and a third person has vanished, leaving behind a trail of questions and the fractured remains of a night gone horribly wrong. The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. It's just before 6 a.m. on August 13th, 2020, when the call comes in.
Come on, slut, move.
What, ma'am? Barely hear you. Hold on this. Hello, sorry. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is 911. Where are you at right now? Ma'am, you look in the light. He ran away? Hey, your boyfriend that stabbed? We're getting there, okay?
The assailant, 19-year-old Edward Eddie Martinez, has already fled on foot. Officers arrive to find the neighborhood quiet, one pausing on the sidewalk to question nearby residents.
You guys see anybody take off from here? You guys see anybody run away from here?
Although officers don't yet realize to question nearby residents.
You guys see anybody take off from here? You guys see anybody run away?
I thought he said kick off.
Although officers don't yet realize the horrific scene waiting just inside the house, they're about to witness it firsthand. Still on the phone with Haley, the dispatcher attempts to get more information to help guide them to the residence.
What color is your house? help figure it out. Come on. Help me, Haley.
You dumbass.
Haley, come out front. Make yourself known to officers. You can, because the sooner you come out, the sooner we can help him. Okay, come out front.
Come on out. Where's our victim at? Dog's friendly? Dog. Where's he at? Keep that door open. Keep the door open. Spokane police. Anybody else need that? Yeah, we need med supplies now.
25-year-old Anthony lies nude on the bedroom floor, drenched in blood and barely clinging to life.
In the back! Medics in now, please. He's still alive, but... Department of Spokane Police. I got a faint pulse still, but... Got it. Several.
Paramedics rushed to Anthony's aid, and with little room to work, they quickly readied a gurney to move him outside. Meanwhile, an officer attempts to get critical information from Haley about the missing suspect.
Okay, quickly. I know this is traumatic, and I'm gonna have a bunch of questions. Right? We gotta start with the very basic.
He's not from here. He doesn't know the area very well. His name is Andrew Martinez. He's from Sacramento, California.
Okay. Where was he last seen?
He was begging me to come out with him. I was in the bedroom holding him.
Come out where?
He begged me to take him somewhere. He didn't have the car. He begged me to drive him.
Where did he go?
I don't know. The only place he knows is to pay liquor up.
Last time you saw him, what was he wearing?
He was wearing blue denim shorts, and then he was wearing dark blue loafers. And he was wearing a shirt, a t-shirt. I don't remember what color.
You don't remember?
No, I only saw his bottom half. So I had to get out.
Paramedics attempt to control Anthony's bleeding, but with countless stab wounds ravaging his body, their efforts are quickly overwhelmed.
Everywhere, upper torso, couple on the back. We have one more sticker. Got an uncovered stab wound on the right.
Yeah. You want to start pressing?
God
He's
damn
got a sticker that doesn't matter at this point.
The officer continues pressing Haley for details about the suspect, and soon learns the three share a far more tangled relationship than he could have ever imagined.
How do you know him?
We met online a few weeks ago.
Were you guys in a dating relationship or something?
Yeah, we were talking online for like a week or two, and I went down to California and picked him up.
Okay.
And brought him down here.
So is he living here?
Yes, he's been living here for about 2 months.
The male who's been injured.
He's my ex-husband.
Does he live here as well?
Yes.
Okay. Did those two get into it over something?
We were, I know, sorry, it was so much, but we were all like messing around in the bedroom.
Okay.
And he
just prior to this?
he just snapped. And he was all into it. And I don't know why.
Was everybody drinking today?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys were all messing around in the bedroom. What precipitated the
God
stab?
fucking damn it.
He hit hard, and I think that he was just intimidated or something.
By your ex? So that's why he's nude? Okay. How did the stabbing occur?
We were just messing around on the bed, and he said it was okay. And then the next thing
Said what was okay?
Edward said it was okay that we were messing around.
Okay.
And then he started stabbing Anthony in the back, and Anthony said, "Ow, stop, what are you doing?" And I just jumped off the bed, and he just kept going out and around the bed trying to get away. And he just kept stabbing him.
Okay, so he was trying to flee you while they were in there? Are you in?
No, I told him I was, so he'd leave.
The officer escorts Haley to his cruiser where she can stay warm.
Told him I was, so he'd leave.
The officer escorts Haley to his cruiser where she can stay warm.
Okay.
We went out and around the bed trying to get away. He just kept stabbing him.
Okay, so he was trying to flee you while they were in there? Are you in?
No, I told him I was, so he'd leave.
The
The officer escorts Haley to his cruiser where she can stay warm, given that all she's wearing is a blood-soaked robe. The front seat affords her a clear view of paramedics fighting to save Anthony.
If it's okay, so he's got a pulse, he's alright, okay? Haley, I need you to listen to me, alright? We need to think real hard where he would have gone.
He really doesn't know anything down here. We go to the dispensary. We go to the...
Does he have any friends here?
No. Okay. He's literally got no one here. Oh, God!
Haley, look at me, okay? Haley, don't look at me.
Anthony is loaded into the ambulance, which makes its way to a nearby hospital.
Okay.
I would have known he was in any danger. I wouldn't let this happen.
No, I understand.
Officers secure the house with police tape and begin searching the vehicles in the driveway in case Eddie may have hidden inside. During their search, they discover a uniform, which Haley clarifies belongs to Anthony, who works as a correctional officer.
Now, fuck him and put
Afterward,
me in
the
jail.
officers share grim remarks about the severity of Anthony's
Stupid!
Chin sliced open. And he had just 4 more on his back. I'd say he's upwards of 20-ish stabs.
Don't even think about it!
Having intercourse, and so they were all kind of intermingled with that.
Hell no, I'm gonna kick your ass!
Starts stabbing the victim in the back, and then
Oh,
running around.
fuck, pissed. Oh!
Yeah.
As they
He's
continue, one officer
swallowed
shares
the
the reason
feast
for their delayed
out of the
entry into
jaws of
house.
victory. Now fuck him in his balls.
And I was like, are we sure? And then she finally came out and was like, yeah, where they're at.
I would say consciously.
Taking some gasping breaths and he would move every once in a while.
That's called hanging on the day.
Not good.
There was some of that.
Well, but, yeah. He had bubbles coming out of his armpit. I've never seen so many chest wounds on one person.
Haley provides officers with a photo of Eddie to help them as they organize a search. Still, her greatest concern is for Anthony, fearing that any hope of saving him is already gone.
Well, I'm not trying to give you false hope, but I'll tell you too, if he was expired, that ambulance would have never left this location. So he was alive when he left here.
I feel so incredibly guilty. I don't even have a stab. Like, I didn't even protect him, you know?
Well, sounds like it happened really fast.
A canine tracker and drone operator work together to scour the neighborhood, hoping that Eddie may still be somewhere nearby, but there's no trace of him until 7:13 a.m. when Sacramento dispatchers contact Spokane Police.
Crime Center reporting.
Hi, my name's Katie. I'm a dispatcher with Sacramento Police Dispatch. I've got a call on the other line. Son called them from Spokane, Washington, saying he was running for his life. Is this the correct phone number?
Please in Spokane, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me turn around. Okay, ma'am, you're connected with Spokane Police. Go ahead.
How long ago did you try to call you?
Dumbass move.
It's 7:08.
So about 5-7 minutes ago. And he said he was running for his life. Did he say where he was at?
That's what he told us, and he said he's at the 1500 block of Wesley Avenue there in Spokane, Washington. There's a park near there, and he was walking in there, running in an alley, and saw some stranger in the house to use the phone.
Okay. Any reason why he didn't call 911 himself?
Angels are being
What's his
Angels
name?
are being released now.
His first name is
Angels
Edward.
are being
Let me see if we have any calls from an Edward. One second.
I just eat your real. I cut off your left ear.
Seems odd that he wouldn't call 911 and just call family in another state. Did he say exactly what was going on?
He just said that he was running for his life.
Following the tip on his location, Eddie was quickly found and arrested without incident, which was relayed over the radio to the K9 search unit.
Yo! Attaboy. Surprised that went peacefully. Right? Heck yeah.
Eddie is taken to the police station for an interrogation, where detectives will soon try to unravel how a seemingly consensual encounter erupted into a violent bloodbath. As he waits for the interview to begin, his unsettled voice fills the empty room.
I just hid your other room.
Eddie? Edward? When you come back? Eddie? My name is Brian Sessions. I'm a detective with the police department. Detective does so. They take this recorded. I'm going to be recorded. I'm going to the station. Well, the reason I'm here is I know what happened. That's my job. I hope that I can just talk to you and tell me whatever you want. I'm just getting facts.
The detective reads and explains his Miranda rights before continuing.
With these rights in mind, do you wish to answer my questions? Is it alright to have a lawyer present? You would like a lawyer? Yes. It is.
Though it seems the interview is over before it begins, what the detective shares next changes everything.
So what's going to happen? We're going to have someone come in here. They're going to seek a search warrant to get photographs. Buffalo swabs from DNA. They'll be in here. When that's done, you're going to be booked into jail. And I'm going to be charged with first-degree murder. Okay? He's dead. You killed him. If you change your mind and decide you want to talk to me about this, you can always set a date. Yeah. I don't need to worry. I did that. I know what I did, and I'm not going to deny it.
Eddie has read his rights once more before questioning begins.
So before we go into everything, I just want to ask, why did you say you wanted an attorney and then decided to talk? Because you didn't think he was dead? Maybe what? No, it's just... I'm thinking too much about it. Thinking too much about it. I've been thinking about too much lately, and I get it. What's going on with your life? I just been up a lot, not doing the right thing, and it took me over mentally, and thought I was going crazy. Literally thought that there's like someone else in my head. I'm not the only one in my head. Might need testing, because... You have a counselor? No. Right. What are the tattoos? That's a tree of life. What about that cage on your finger? My girlfriend's got a matching too. Oh, okay. Does it mean anything, or is it just because it's together? Just together. Probably not more, but yeah.
Eddie explains he first met Haley on the dating app Badoo.
I guess I was the first one to like her on the profile. She matched with me, and from there, we just clicked. Like, just felt so natural talking to her. And, you know, I was at a point in time where I just couldn't trust anybody around me. Even people that I love, sometimes I just thought were shifty. I don't know. I'm just seeing things that are away.
He tells the detective that Haley lived with him temporarily in Sacramento before deciding to return home to Spokane.
I wasn't going to stop her, I just went with her. And a lot changed after that. I like literally just cut everybody off from my new life. Sure. What all did you know about her at that point? Well, I knew her situation. She's still living with her husband, who she's claims to be divorced with.
Although Haley described Anthony as her ex-husband, their divorce wasn't yet finalized at the time of the incident.
And I, at first, was okay with the idea of it because I didn't think she told me, you know, he's not going to be on no weird, not going to he's not gonna do the things that he did do, and it did drive me off the edge.
So how was the living situation in the house?
It was fine, you know, for a while it just functioned, everything just worked, and there were moments where I would find text messages between them, things I didn't want to see, and you know, I keep telling her about it, I keep telling her, and she keeps ignoring it, you know.
After news of Anthony's murder broke to his family, some were quick to point blame at Haley.
I'm curious, have they arrested his wife? Anthony's wife. If not, you'll need to put her in cuffs. And so, for what reason? Apparently, what they said on KHQ on their website said that the two men lived together. Anthony's married. Jack, the suspect, is his wife's boyfriend. I just think that she needs to be looked at pretty seriously. This girl has created this situation. This person who stabbed my nephew, she is just as responsible for this as he is.
But as investigators learned, things among the three seemed cordial until last night, when, according to Eddie, everything shifted after they began partying and playing an unusual game.
He started taking shots, Jane.
How many shots did y'all take? I mean, did you polish up walls, just take a couple?
We had like 4 shots each. It was like one bigger, extra champagne bottles. And we just took that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We also took a couple dabs. You know dabs, right?
Jesus
fucking Christ. We're on the same page.
It's like a THC wax, and they get it really hot.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So y'all were sitting around doing that, how everything's going at first?
At first we were playing, we were playing on a Ouija board.
Playing on a Ouija board?
Jesus fucking Christ.
And Anthony was talking about how he wants to summon a demon into the house, even though he thinks the house is full of good spirits, and summoned names of Zozo or whatever. He was like begging for Zozo to come and, like, you know, be there, and the thing moved to where he wasn't going to be there, and like they said no. And I asked it a couple things, and then got some interesting answers.
After attempting a demonic summoning through the Ouija board, they turned on some music, and sometime after midnight, Eddie says that Haley came to him with a proposition.
Haley comes on to me, wants me to have sex with her, right in front of him, and he's sitting like right there, like on the corner, that distance from the bed. And
so whose room are you in now?
I'm in ours. He's just in there.
However, Eddie's version of what happened doesn't quite align with what Haley told an officer at the crime scene.
And he wasn't doing anything besides smoking weed or drinking it?
No. And it was their plan. Like, I went in on it. Because
So, do he and Anthony get along? Is their plan to have this sexual encounter with all of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I was really drunk, so I couldn't, I couldn't work anything up for some reason. I get that drunk sometimes, I can't, my body just goes numb. And then I have a...
So you can make it hard.
Yeah, this is really starting to fucking piss me off.
What happens next?
She starts trying to get me somewhere, it's not working, and we start messing around, and Anthony starts coming up, rubbing mine at her feet. And just, I don't know, like, it made me feel uncomfortable, but, I was already uncomfortable, so it just, like, added to it, and I don't know, I started feeling a deep anger inside of me. Just building. And, like, after a while, I literally took a step in the bathroom, light wasn't on, and all I could think in my head, as soon as I walked in that bathroom, is, like, literally I had to find a knife, and then it was lost.
Eddie then left the bathroom and retrieved a small folding knife from the living room mantel above the fireplace.
And then obviously you went back to the bedroom.
Right. And no. I actually kind of did this pretty sneaky. And that's what I feel bad about, because I was pretty sadistic about it. I took the knife, and I literally hit it between my ass cheeks. no, see me walking in, you were completely naked at that point. Yeah. And sure enough, I sat down, I moved it to where I could easily grab it. And then I said, well, since you guys are doing this right here, you might as well change the view, you know? And I got to turn around and his back was facing me.
So how were they when you walked in?
They were facing me on the bed when I was sitting like this on the bed, and I lay down, hitting the knife. And then I picked up my phone and, not my phone, I picked up her phone. They said turn the light on. And then I turned the light on and used that as a distraction.
The light on the phone?
Mm-hmm. And then I just did what I never thought I would do, ever. And then when I came back, I was taking a piss.
Mm-hmm.
And I see him now give up, telling me to go in, knowing that I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it was, but just seeing that and thinking about like just everything else adding up, I felt like nothing mattered. And like literally, I said, "F*** it." And I feel bad about it now. I feel remorse now. I genuinely miss Anthony because he was an alright friend. I don't know what drove me to take his life. I couldn't stop. But because I used to go hunting, so I know the feeling of taking your life. I used to, like, whenever we get it here, your dog would go fetch it, and it wasn't quite dead, and you shoot it with a shotgun, brings it back. I had to snap the necks of them. That actually gave me a rush.
Fucking damn it.
Pretty. I've done hunting so long.
Did this give you a rush? While you were doing it?
It was like very short-lived. It was nice to be. I literally, I had no idea. I just lost control and I gained it all back at the point it's too late.
At the scene, Haley described what happened just as Eddie began his vicious assault on Anthony.
And he was telling Aaron that he was telling Eddie to stop, that he was hurt, that he was really hurt.
How many times do you think he stabbed him?
Oh God, so much, probably. I thought he was like punching it out first. It was probably 15, 16 times. In the back of the chest. I can literally hear each of the holes like gasping for breath in his lungs. Like,
How big is the knife?
probably about 4 inches. It was a utility silver knife. It was kind of boxy.
Was it like a 4-inch long blade?
Yeah.
The folding utility knife was recovered at the crime scene, its blade and handle stained with Anthony's blood.
Did you say anything to him?
No. Well, I think I said some words out of fury, but it wasn't any like rational words. It was probably just anger.
What did he say?
First thing he said was, "Please stop. He talked like this."
What about you? What you should do?
Just kept saying, "You're scaring me. You're scaring me."
Just like a complete switch. It was the scariest thing I ever saw. You're gonna go to bed, he said, "You're gonna go, we're gonna go." I'm like, no.
Did you say that again?
You put me on the bed and said, "We're gonna go," and I said, "No."
The 911 call captured Eddie's desperate plea alongside Haley's frantic response.
So he's trying to force you to go? Does he hold you a knife?
No, he threw it on the bed.
He didn't have the knife.
No, he threw it on the bed. He said, "You can't do this to me." And I said, "I got to." And I jumped down off the bed. The wind was just fast. He's hurting me fast. Gotta get out of here. I'm not gonna hide you. I gotta make sure it's there.
Remember what you said to her?
Man, this is really starting to fucking piss me off.
Something along the lines of that. You have to help me. You can't go to jail.
Did you hear me out?
No. Maybe she wasn't going to.
Does Haley regard this at all?
I think she feels as I know.
In what way?
Well, she told me I sometimes have these like swings, loose swings, not really swings, but like episodes where I'll like, I just shift, it's like psychologically shit, and I'm just like, I don't give, that's the mean I don't give a, you know, kind of thing. And she can tell like when I'm being sadistic, just in like the way I talk and things that I say as opposed to how I normally talk. And she knew, because I was hinting at it, but I wasn't like directly direct with it. I was kind of like smiling and laughing at her in a really fucked up way, and like, at that point I just lost all.
She said that she started doing that before you left the room to go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's because I think I was thinking about it at that time.
You were thinking that you were going to go get a knife? Mm-hmm. That was before you went pee, though.
Yeah.
The story you just
No, that's not.
She said they were there. You had a look.
Yeah. And then when they started having sex when I came back, that's when I got the knife, and then we made another trip. I actually don't remember it fully in like all the right sequence, so I'm not lying.
Damn it. I said you started thinking about it, you got that look, and that's what she knew. And she said that you had a weird look before you ever even went to the bathroom. And so I was just wondering if, when you're in the room before you went to the bathroom, if you started thinking about this. Or if it was really when you came back from the bathroom and...
I think I started in the room, I was thinking about it. Now I'm like thinking all the way back.
Come on, please move, you motherfucker.
The premeditation started right there in the room.
Before you even went to the bathroom?
Right.
As the detective digs for any prior history of violence, Eddie suddenly drops an unexpected bombshell about Haley.
Any ever difficulty between you and him ever before this? No fighting at all? How was you and Haley's relationship? Because obviously, I can only imagine the stress that you put on.
Well, our relationship was pretty rocky for a while. It got too rocky that we genuinely love each other. At least I feel like. Even if whatever happens, you know, I honestly feel like we have to get out of the way.
You do? She's pregnant? I did not know that. What do you want me to tell Haley?
It's so odd. Is it possible to like write it down a letter or something?
Absolutely.
I'd rather just do that.
Once Eddie is left alone, he will soon resume talking to himself, spilling raw and unsettling thoughts into the empty room. Before stepping away to let him ride, the detective answers one final urgent question about Eddie's legal fate.
I'm doing life.
I can't answer that. I can tell you, I have been doing this a long time, and with the exception of like 30 straight cases, I have not had a life case.
Really?
Yes.
I literally thought like if you kill someone, you can do life. I thought it was that serious.
You would think so. But that's not how our criminal justice system works.
After assuring Eddie that Haley will receive his letter, the detective leaves him alone to write. As he begins, he breaks down, consumed by the lasting consequences of his actions.
I can see you for a while.
Stupid! Oh!
Finished with his letter, someone returns to collect the pen,